fling golf fanatics around the world, are you ready? Welcome to the show that kicks in the door to the biggest World League fling golf season yet. This is WLF Unleashed with the Hardcore Harveys, the official podcast of the 2026 World Fling Golf League Pro Tour. We're diving headfirst into the 2026 season, from the 4 major tournament events that define champions, to the regional battles where legends are born, to international pride on the line in the Britain's Cup. You want the inside scoop on WLF? We've got player interviews, venue breakdowns, and exclusive updates straight from the WLF commissioner himself. But we don't stop there. Whether you're chasing a title or chasing your first perfect fling, we're bringing you tips, techniques, and proven practice strategies to level up your game. Every throw, every round, every time. This is more than a show.
That's my favorite part. All right, guys, welcome to episode number 5 of WLF Unleashed, the podcast about fling golf. What's weird? You got to put your headphones on. You can't hear.
I can hear just fine.
Oh, all right. All right, so sorry about the little hold up there. We had some technical difficulties.
Shock. Dismay.
As normal, we are definitely finding our way in the dark. So what we learned tonight was if you have too many people backstage, it'll make your computer freeze up. So that's our fault. We tried to get everybody prepped, but
I don't want to say that I told you that.
I know you told me so. So anyway, welcome. So hi, beautiful.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
I'm okay. I put my eyebrows on.
For the show?
Yeah, I did.
All right. So man, there has been like so much happened since the last show. Last show was before the Low Country Open, and of course that was your first trip. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get to talk to you twice, a little bit right now and a little bit later in a special segment that you earned from your first tournament play. So, all right. So from your perspective, dealing with me and the concept of going to your first tournament, how was it?
No, the tournament was actually really great. The ladies that I played with probably are what made it for me, because Amy was not joking when she said she would take care of me because I was like a lost ball in high weeds. So between Amy, Grace, and Rosie, they kept me in the right direction. And on day 2, Sherry and Robin they're just fun. They're just fun. It was good.
What do you think my biggest concern was for your entire first experience?
You're big. I don't counting shots.
Yes.
I didn't do good. I had a counter with me, and then on day 2, Pam Thompson, Tab's wife, rode with us, and she became our unofficial count keeper because.
So we're gonna have to talk to the commission. We're gonna have a special additional referee just to travel in your group.
Right.
Because listen, anybody who's played enough golf over time, whether fling golf or traditional golf, they all know people that they got a 7, and then they when you ask them what they got, they're like, "Oh, I got a par." Like,
I'm not that bad.
No, but in your case, you truly don't have any idea what your score is. You're not trying to cheat. You're just oblivious.
Like when I'm just so like I'm throwing, and I've got your voice in my head screaming,
Wait, whoa.
Do this, do that, do this, do that. The counting is the least important thing.
I think screaming's a harsh word.
Okay, maybe not screaming, but talking loudly.
So anyway, did you have fun?
I did.
Did you have fun?
It was fantastic.
All right, are you looking for?
That solidified for me that I do want to do this.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna.
I mean, listen, I know I have a big personality. Like, I'm a lot, and they handled me okay, so it was good.
You're not a lot. You're just. Well, listen, I feel like I definitely believe what you just said, because I want to tell everybody we got back from the Low Country Open.
To 6 inches of snow.
Yeah, and it snowed a foot. I think it felt like a foot. But
It was a
anyway,
good time.
as soon as the snow melted off,
After we drove through a tornado.
it's this one right here that's going, hey, can we go to the golf course today? Hey, can we go to the golf course today?
But okay, well, I'll expand on that. I don't feel like I need you to go to the golf course with me now. Like if there is a day that you can't.
What?
No, I'm just saying if there's a day that you can't go, like I would be unbothered to go practice by myself.
What if you practice bad habits?
Right. See? Yep. Talking loudly in my head.
I mean, there's a certain standard we're trying to hold here. Mm-hmm. I mean,
I believe everyone
listen,
has been made well aware that I am more mid-core than hardcore.
You knew what you were getting into.
I did.
From the very beginning.
I did.
So
they haven't even met your son yet. Just wait.
All right. So anyway, you had a great first tournament.
Yeah, it was
awesome
fantastic.
time. Before we get into it, I know John will probably mention this also, but huge shout out to the Old South and Scott Adams and his crew down there. Can't say enough good
what
stuff.
What a beautiful place.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. Like everywhere, even the wildlife, the alligators.
We even contemplated if we could move to a condo on the course.
Yeah, wishful thinking.
We could be snowbirds.
Yeah. But anyway, so thank you, Scott Adams. If you happen to be listening, you're out there. Vanessa, I don't know her last name, but
she told me that no one could pronounce her last name, so just put, she's in my phone as Vanessa Old South.
So Vanessa was amazing with the social media and out there on the course taking pictures and videos of everybody. So, yeah, can't recommend them highly enough. Mm-hmm. And hopefully it works out for us to be able to have a return venue to the Old South, because I think it was a great first stop for the World Fling Golf Tour. So, all right, so let's talk about the show tonight. Is there anything else you want to say?
Oh, I have a lot to say,
but
we'll just do it throughout the show.
Yeah, we got another segment. the show once again, our commissioner, Mr. John Prulidge. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold on. Sorry, John. Sorry, John. I told you not to let me do that, and I did it. All right, there you go, John. We got you.
Jeff, Taylor, how you doing tonight?
Good. We're doing great, man. We're doing great. Appreciate you, as always, everything you do for the sport, and always being willing to get on here and tolerate our nonsense.
Oh no, I love your nonsense.
All right. So where do you want to start? You want to start with the Low Country Open, or what do you want? What do you want to talk about first?
Yeah, let's go Low Country Open. I mean, it's funny. Like I feel like it was just a week ago or so we were about to kick off the season, and now we're in the thick of things. But no, I thought it was just a great way to open the season. Being down there at Old South, which just has a history of fling golf, and the hospitality they showed, and really huge shout out to Scott Adams and Vanessa and Kenny and all the staff there. They really they couldn't have been more welcoming or accommodating. And and as this thing, as it sort of progressed, it was hey, can we do a tournament there? And I think we can make this work. And then, hey, can we bring a film crew? Hey, can we expand it to do doubles on Friday? They were just basically open to everything. So I thought it went off really well. And it was just a great course. Was in great condition, fantastic competition. And I honestly came back thinking that was one of our more successful tournaments, and a place we'd love to go back to.
Nice. So did you, again, I think you've had ongoing conversation with Scott as a follow-up, do you feel like from their perspective, they were pleased with the event from the golf course perspective?
No, I think they were. I mean, they it's one of those things, like they put so much work into it leading up to it, and they really wanted it to go off as a successful event. And so I think, and it just everyone I talked to had a positive experience, and that meant so much to them after everything they've done for this tournament. And it was going to be a really meaningful event for them. And so I think they're very happy, and then they should be. It was all their efforts that made it such a great place to have a tournament.
So from WLF too, you feel like it is at least something you would consider as a venue to go back to, or is that just one of those things that year to year you're going to try to go different places?
Oh, well, no, I mean, that's certainly the case. We're going to try to go different places, but I'd still like to go back there. I'm not sure it's next year, but I'm not sure it's not next year. It all depends on putting the calendar, which we're going to really start doing in earnest. Really over the next couple of months, because the further out we can plan these things, the better. But so we're going to be having discussions with them, because like I said, it was I could certainly see us going back there as a Pro Series event next year, because it was that successful a tournament.
All right, so let me ask you this: how about the ESPN coverage? Like, give us the scoop on how you think that went behind the scenes, because we were all out there on the course. So I'm not really sure how it goes on your end.
It was it went well, and part of why it went well is because Harry Chickma and his crew, we've been through this with them before. So, we know what we've got to get right, what things we've got, flexibility on. So no, it went great. We have the biggest challenge a lot of times with these things is how do you cut it down to, effectively 23 minutes, and while also sort of telling a story. But I think we'd had a good concept going in, which was, we want to get the minimum, highlights from, all three divisions, interviews with the winners from all three divisions. And, I've seen some of the footage already, and it looks great. And so I think, Harry's a pro, and we had a good plan. And I think, and even, it was funny, like Harry's out there, like while we're doing the commentary, he's also got like a phone and a gimbal, and he's like taking additional video. It's like, I'm getting great stuff here. And it was just fun. So it's like, in addition to the cameramen, they've got a lot of, good angles. So we're going to be seeing a lot of the raw footage coming through very soon. So I'm confident that it's going to be a great finished product. They
Well,
did a fabulous
listen.
job last year.
I will rarely do this, but I am going to plug for that bomb I threw on 18 to hit the green in 2. That's got to make the cut. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
that was the shot, and I'm going to tell a little backstory. So I'm standing in the fairway. I'm standing in the fairway on 18, and my phone rings. And I'm like, who is calling me right now? Like, and I look, and it's John. And I'm like, hello, John. He's like, hey, you think you can hit the green in 2? I'm like, yeah, we're going to give it a try. So he said, we're going to keep the camera rolling. So I hope that makes the cut, since we pulled that off after a phone call about could I make the shot.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because that's the thing.
We'll
It's like,
all one up you on
if you're
that.
not going for a 2, we're not going to get the cameras rolling. So you went
Well, no,
for
and
it. You
then
got it.
SVO, I believe it was like, hey, Harry Chickma, you need to step off the green because
Yeah.
this guy's serious.
SBL told me he had to tell the camera guys to move because
As you drop it like at his feet.
they didn't think I was going to throw it there. They're like, you better move. He's coming in.
Oh yeah, no. There was a time when we were setting up on 17. Like I can't remember what group it was, but one of them like almost hit like one of the crew, because like they were like basically scouting out the green there, and it's like dude, they're playing through right now. Like
All right. So typical Harvey fashion, my son wants to know if you know anything about when the coverage would be live.
we don't know. I mean, I guess I have to. It's going to be that first week of August. It's the Friday, and it could be Saturday, but it's probably the Friday that's going to be the closest to August 8th, 8/8. If I look
Okay.
at a camera,
All
I
right.
can probably
Cool.
guess. We don't
All right.
know our slot until about July. Um, so it's a mixed bag, and because we're doing, because you can't really do live on a golf course, we're not in the live segment, so it's probably going to be in the sort of early. It's probably going to be before noon or later later on Friday night. That's my guess from past practice. But who knows? Like they could honestly in the next couple of months totally change out how they schedule this thing. Like last year they included a lot more segments, and they included it to multiple days. So but we'll know probably around 4 to 5 weeks out. They'll sort of zero in on the
All
schedule.
right.
But the good news is
All right.
like once it actually airs, then it becomes, it's like it's on this rotation. And, there's any, at every given moment, basically, Jake could look up at the screen and find himself in the, 23 San Diego Open. Like it was great when he was actually in a bar watching it, like and got a picture of it. That was fantastic. But anyway, these things, currently they've been on this rotation on ESPN News, which is fantastic, which is why the
Hey,
more we add to the rotation, the better.
so that it appears there was wagers on the shot based on Jake Anderson's comment. We might have put bets on the approach shot.
Oh yeah, I'm
Like
sure there was.
there was side action. There was some side
Exactly.
action.
In the
Yeah.
cut.
And at a certain point in time, we'll have it so you can like bet live. We'll have a betting part.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. With
I think there's.
what is it? MGM. That is it. Bet MGM. You can do it live.
Yeah. No. Exactly. And who knows? Maybe we'll change things up, and you can like bet on yourself. You can't bet against yourself, but you can bet on yourself.
All right.
You
So
made some real money out there, Jeff.
before we all get arrested, so Britain's Cup. Britain's Cup. You have any updates on Britain's Cup?
Yeah, I mean, really, the only update, we sort of kicked things off among the current members of the team last night. It's really going to be, we still have 2 more slots to fill, one through a play-in and one captain's choice that we'll know after the Newsform Classic. But really, right now is, I think organizational efforts among the team to organize various types of fundraising efforts to sort of help with some of the costs, the travel expenses that you have as part of being a member of that team. So there'll be stuff that'll be, as that stuff gets organized, there'll be a lot of stuff going out into the community about ways you can help out, whether it's through, we sort of batted around a bunch of ideas last night, but everything from, potential merchandise to, raffles, giveaways, that kind of stuff to just generate interest as well as raise some funds to help people with travel costs. But it's got a great captain and it's off to a great start, and
Absolutely.
so it's rolling now.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to SVO later about his captain experience so far, and just kind of I want to see his thoughts. I think it meant a lot to him. I think it was a great choice. So I'm looking forward to talking to him. So, all right, now, not to get anybody all riled up or anything, but we're going to roll out the points, right? That's what we're doing. We're going to do that
Yeah,
live.
we'll start with the points and then go to the rankings.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go down here. Give me a second to get. I had to put them at the end. So we're going to start with. We are going to start with the 2026 seasons points for the men's bracket, and I've just brought that graphic up. So why don't you walk us through?
Yeah, so for this, and this is just from the top, like this is for the sort of pro series. For all the pros, you're looking at your sort of top 3 out of 4 events for the season championship. And so the good news, like one event in, this effectively looks like the leaderboard from the first tournament, from the Low Country Open. So obviously you've got Hoopman on top after his incredible performance down in South Carolina.
Nice work, Hoopman.
And then Titus in second place, and it's relatively straightforward. So the points, I think, are these things are going to they become more interesting when you've got another tournament to add to this throughout the season. But right now, Jacob's off to a fantastic start, but it's going to be a great season-long competition.
So also a great men's field. Like, I mean,
yeah,
a lot of players. Like, I know we only have the top 20 on here, but like, what was the total number in the men's division?
You had 34.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it was a great turnout, and it was also a really great concentration of top pro players. I forget what it was, but it was close to I think 20 of the top 25, maybe even more. And that's, unfortunately, Tim Durr had to withdraw because of injury, at the last minute. So you had a lot of concentration of top players, as well as then some amateurs, which was, it was really a great mix. But no, you had some, as it was, you've got a lot of familiar names up there. You had some great performances. It was great to see, guys like, Main Event, Mountaineer, in their sort of comeback trail. You'd highlighted them last podcast. It was nice to see top 10 finishes for both. Big Mac there with 7th place finish.
Yeah. Except Mountaineer's probably not happy because he just wanted to beat Main Event. That was his only goal.
That was his big goal from the podcast. Yeah, no, exactly. So didn't quite get it done, close, but and then you'll be talking to him later, like Slim Shaggy. Like what a great performance, and that he battled throughout.
Showtime said Tim was endured. So I did talk to Tim. He is on the mend. He says he will be ready for Delaware, and he is coming to be in the mix. So that's good news to hear from him. All right, so ladies division. So right now, the rankings, obviously Britt won in the Low Country Open, so she's at the top. But anybody on here jump out at you after one event?
Well, we got Taylor, her first event. I mean, like, hats off for, and top newcomer, top amateur.
Yeah, she was unbearable to ride home with. Like, it was just, she was unbearable.
He was just mad because my medals were clanking around and he didn't have any.
Yeah, it wasn't quiet.
Just kidding.
All right.
Joking.
So then, so how many was it? 10 total ladies played? Was that everybody on the list?
Yep.
Okay.
And obviously, Britt on top, great performance, and as you expect from the number 1 ranked player, Carla and Amory certainly, were pushing her the entire time, and but no, it was really it was great to see the ladies, and I think Britt was. always somewhat in control, but she could never sort of like throughout the tournament rest on her laurels because she knew that Amy, Carla, as well as Brittany and Rosie were hot on
That,
her tail. And
that's why
hats off to Chris
she's the queen.
Warfield too for gutting it out while um, severely injured to be frank.
Yep, that's why she's got that crown. So,
No,
all
exactly.
right, Masters division. Masters division. We how many total Masters did we have play?
We
had a
had
good
22, which was
great,
great. Yeah. No, that's that.
great
I
turnout.
think that might be our biggest Masters turnout. Which and this
feel
is a
like that
division that's just continues to grow,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. And
Like
hats off to you, Jeff.
Thank you, thank you. I really just want the ESPN shot.
Um,
So listen, I played with Mark Thompson. Man, that guy can play.
oh yeah,
Yeah, like and again, I don't mean like I didn't know anything about him or whatever, but I'd never played with him before, and man, I was impressed. He can throw it.
no, he absolutely can. I mean, two guys on here that may not be the sort of household names yet in the Masters division, or Mark and Eric, who both had great tournament experiences last year, and then
Yeah,
this first Pro Series event really showed it. And it was great to see from both of them. Not taking anything away from like Cutter and Tab, who've been consistently performing, but those are two guys to really certainly watch out for.
no, and I know we talked about it in the men's division before, but I mean, it's truly there is 8 to 10 guys I feel like in the Masters division that on any given day could just play well and be right at the top. Like it's not the separation is not sometimes what maybe the score looks like, but in
No,
terms of the skill level, it is very close.
yeah, no. I mean, you look at it's become a crowded field, and I've sort of seen that over the last year plus, where I feel like every tournament gets a little more crowded, and there's another person who is sort of new to the field and then rises up the ranks. Not everyone sort of on your trajectory, Jeff, but in terms of like the shooting star, it goes straight to the top. But really have been building up, and you see them get better every tournament. So the Masters, that competition, for this season and beyond, I'm really excited about that.
So I don't know when anybody noticed or did any logistics on this, but I'm kind of a numbers junkie, so I look at stuff. But I think Brian Marchand had the almost the best second day performance of anybody.
Yeah, Moose had a great,
Like
great
he had
day.
a fabulous day too.
Yeah.
Did you
Um,
did you ever happen to look at it? Because I think he had a rough first day or a little bit higher than he would like to been, but I think he came back on day two and like shot a really great score.
no, he definitely moved up because he sort of dug himself a hole day one,
Yeah.
but then and I've got the leaderboard right here, but I feel like he may have had close to one of the lows
Yeah.
for Sunday, which
Yeah,
is incredible because
I
you
think so.
string that together for 2 days and you're right there.
So hats off, Moose. Great second round, man. All right, so now to the world rankings. So we're going to start with the men's division, and we did. I put everybody you sent me on here, so I do for the men have the rankings 1 through 30.
Might be a little
Uh,
bit of an eye chart,
yeah,
especially if
yeah,
you're looking at this
yeah.
on a
Yeah.
phone.
So the so
Um,
the left column is 1 through 10, the middle is 11 through 20, and the right's 21 through 30.
You got it. You got it. Yeah. So just as an explanation too, just to make it clear. So when we're talking about rankings, where the standings are really just for the 2026 season, and it's this cumulative points. Rankings are based on more than just 2026. They go back into 2025, and it's this average concept. And there's different weightings for different tournaments. It was a little more complicated last year because we had different size, different fields in these tournaments. But with the help of Tim Duras, he explained on that podcast a couple podcasts ago, we've come up with we think a really good system heading into 2026 that is going to do a good job of fairly representing where people are in the rankings. And To do that average thing, you've got to, with a bunch of different tournaments of different sizes, it becomes a little complicated. We've tried to simplify things as much as possible, and I won't dig too much in the details here, but I think a few things to sort of point out looking at the men's rankings. So Sam Scantron holds on to number one. The gap between him and Austin, right now, like on average ranking points, it's like 9 points. That's a pretty slim margin. And it's, sort of, I'd have to look at the numbers sort of forward after Newsform Classic, but I think there's a decent chance that whoever between the two of them finishes better sort of wherever they are might be number one after Newsform Classic. The other big advancement, obviously, like Hootman, he rises up from, I think he was number 5 at the end of last season, up to number 3 with his performance right there.
Big jump.
And a big jump for him. Big Max at number 7 right now with his performance, which is great. I think other people that rising their rankings, and part of the way the system works also, when you look at some of these people, and not to pull out certain names, but like your main events, Mountaineer, Kenzo, they're lower in the rankings, and they might be sort of slightly underranked right now, because if you don't play in enough tournaments, and all 3 of them weren't able to play in that many tournaments in 2025, at some point you're below that sort of minimum threshold, and your average points becomes penalized when you're not at that sort of event threshold. That's also why we'll talk further when we get to the women's. So it's not necessarily perfect for someone who hasn't played in as many events as other people, but it's the fairness factor there too. You can't just also play in one event and then get ranked.
Sorry, Tim, that your name is behind the graphics there. So you're going to have to creep up the leaderboard from 10th to get above the graphics whenever we put the graphics up.
All right. So Tim's another guy that you could argue that he might be underranked right now, potential wise, because he's had injuries and he's missed 2 tournaments that he was otherwise going to play in due to injury. And that's caused his ranking to go down. But
all right, let's go to the ladies. So world rankings for the ladies after the Low Country Open.
Yeah, so a lot of it stays pretty similar to what it was at the end of last year. Britt, certainly with her victory, she put some space between her and Amy, because they were really, really close in the rankings when we ended 2025. So that win was definitely great for Britt in that respect. Not a ton of movement among the top 10 to where we ended 2025, but one thing I'll point out, because she's anyone that played in that tournament that's in the standings, you get on the standings just by playing in one tournament. But rankings, and this is like a specific case for like Taylor, you don't make the rankings, or you don't get a ranking until you played in 2 tournaments. And the point of that is generally that you can't, because otherwise you'd have this situation where someone could come in, like win the tournament and then just stop playing and expect to sort of stay at number 1. You need at least 2 tournaments so that it's an average, a demonstrated average. But basically, Taylor, you play 1 more tournament and you're going to be certainly somewhere in the rankings.
Nice.
So that's motivation for that next tournament.
All right. So as soon as the podcast is over, we got to go throw some balls. We got to get out. We got to get out there.
First of all, it's 40 degrees.
All right. So Masters division, to finish up the points segment for the Masters World Rankings.
Similar story to the women's in a sense, like that, Jeff. You're still on top, enter the season number 1, and you're still your victory. Widens the gap a little bit. Cutters certainly though, right? Right there. And he's consistently plays well, and he's always usually in that that sort of top 3 or 4 finish.
That guy pushes me every
he's
time.
He's not going away. No.
And,
no. I know he wanted you on day 2, and he was He was very, extremely excited about winning the Britain's Cup slot, but I think also he would have loved to beat you as well as part of that.
And honestly, we talk a lot. We talk a lot when we're playing together. And like, when he does beat me, I'm gonna be super happy because I think he's a great dude. I love playing with him. So like, we always talk about if we're gonna get beat, getting beat by each other is okay.
And he's such a snappy dresser.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah, no, he brought the dress to the Low Country Open. I mean, he just
Congrats, Cutter. You
he
get
almost piled on.
of course,
I mean,
Happy Dresser Award.
yeah, no, exactly.
All right. Anything else? Anything else on the points before we move on to talking to the Low Country Open champions?
I'll highlight just a couple of things. We talked about Eric and Mark, as you can see, like their performance certainly moved them up the rankings higher than where they were than when they started the season. The other thing to think about is, you use the same points. The points you get from a tournament, they're just used in different ways between the standings and the rankings. So, for example, if you look at like the standings, there's probably a similar gap right now between you and like Cutter. But it's not like if Cutter wins in Delaware and you come in second, he may make those 100 points up or so in the standings, but he's not going to immediately make them up in the rankings because it's an average and it's taking into account a bunch of different tournaments. So just trying to sort of emphasize that point that they're measured in very different ways. But other than that, we can move on.
All right. So I gotta make a brief stop on this comment from Tomcat because we're playing together on day one, and Tomcat's playing good. He like chips 3 or 4 in, and at one point he comes up to me on the green and kind of puts his hand on my shoulder and says, "You know what, Hardcore?" He says, "I think I'm just gonna beat you in Delaware." So much like sometimes you hear stories of Michael Jordan needing some personal motivation. Tomcat, you have given me some personal motivation to make sure I keep the foot on the gas, at least to beat you in Delaware. So we're coming for you, Tomcat.
Oh
That
yeah,
was the second,
and
second threat you got.
it's a
I think
total
you were
mystery
north
black
one,
box as to
three,
how
and
pairings get set. But who knows? You guys could be paired together that day one.
Oh, I would. Can I request that?
You know what? I don't always honor them, but I love requests because
Excellent.
sometimes it lets me know if there's something
I
additional
want
on
to.
the line, something
I want to
interesting.
request right here on WLF Unleashed episode 5 that day one I get to play with Tomcat so we can go head to head.
All right. I think you put me on the spot. I probably have to honor that.
Excellent.
The other thing is, and this is, it's sort of, and I'm not even sure how I've had conversations with people and sometimes the people will tell me like after like a tournament or even after the parents go, I mean, we never make changes and everybody's really cool about it, but it's sort of like, you know what, you've put me with the same person like 10 times. And then they'll also be like, I've played in 15 tournaments and I've never played with so-and-so. I love actually hearing that kind of stuff because to a certain extent, there's sometimes a method to the madness of how I do the pairings. But in terms of like, especially like pro level players that have played in so many tournaments, I completely lose track. And it's very easy for me to like put someone with the same person, 5 tournaments in a row and not known that. Obviously there's the way the format works, there's no control over day 2 because it's leaderboard based. But if there's people, people have requests that, hey, I have never played with so-and-so and I would love to play with them. I'll try to honor those requests. So, certainly reach out to me directly. And certainly for people that have been playing for 3 or 4 years, like if there's someone who's also been playing 3 or 4 years you've never played with, let me know because I can make that happen.
Awesome. All right, Commish, we're going to let you go for now. We'll have you back later to help us wrap things up. So thank you very much, man. And we're going to move on to talking to the Low Country Open champions. Let me get people queued up here. Hopefully we can get the Hoop Man back. He's been patiently waiting. On us. Let me add, and we'll add him to the scene. Hopefully he can come back on. Hoop Man, if you're available, we're ready for you. There he is. All right, so welcome to the show. We've got oh my goodness,
I think he was in dad mode.
Hooter, what is going on?
Sorry, man. I apologize.
No, you're good.
I,
All right. So, first of all, congratulations to both of you on fantastic play in South Carolina. Britt, what is that, like number 18 or 19 for you? Like, I mean, how many? How is it? Is it 8 or 9? I couldn't remember.
It's number 8.
Number 8. Well, congratulations. And then Hoot Man, like, dude, like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, you just, all the right gears were clicking, man. And you put on a clinic. First tournament with no Reggies, 11 under par. You kind of set the bar, man.
it was a good time.
All right, so Britt, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about your tournament experience at the Low Country Open and about how your tournament went.
First off, shout out to Old South. It was great playing there.
Yes.
The weather was a little iffy during finals, but that's okay. And there was a couple alligators that I threw near on hole 1. That was very scary. I think Brittany has a picture of that somewhere. But overall, it was a really fun tournament. And, I think John and you were chatting about this a little bit, but most of the time, I knew Carla was right on my heels and I knew Amy was pushing to get up into that back and forth spot. So we were kind of going up and down and all around on Sunday. But we, made those putts through the rain. And this is maybe the first time on ESPN, if it's going to air, my final putt was, I didn't miss it. I normally miss my final putt and then just take a safe little tap in. But I actually made it this time. So I was pretty proud of myself for that.
Well, listen, congrats. That's a kind of thing nobody really probably knows but you, and that's a cool detail of a tournament. That's just like I was telling my wife and a couple people. A couple people said they already knew, but like, yes, I'm very happy to win and I'm thankful to get the win. But the only thing on my mind coming down 18 was I was even and I wanted to finish the tournament under par. Like the rest of it didn't matter. Like that was, for whatever reason, that's just kind of my goal for the tournament, much like you are to make your last putt on 18.
Yes, I do have a Unleashed. I know we always say breaking news on Unleashed and all these
Oh,
things.
love it. Love it.
I don't know if I told him. He'll probably hear on this podcast now. But my actual goal on Sunday was to shoot better than Showtime because we were both +3 going into Sunday. And I was like, man, I would love nothing more than to just outshoot him for once. But he got me by, I think, 4 strokes. I think I was 4 strokes behind him. So next time, we'll see.
But listen, you were close.
Yeah, it was close. It was my best 2-day score ever. So
Well, congratulations on great play. Do you feel like you've done anything different, or you just feel like your game continues to evolve, or do you feel like you just played well those 2 days?
I think this course was really good for my putting. I think everyone calls me the hammer. So me and Brandon were usually called the hammering Hammonds. So I think my putting strategy actually worked out for me on this course because those greens were a little slower than they let on. Massanutten is usually tough putting for me. You barely touch it and it rolls off the green. But I think everything was kind of coming together well, just putts were good, sidecars, I was leaving myself short-ish putts for par or for birdie. So, I mean, that's the key, the short game stuff, to be able to
Absolutely.
put yourself in good positions to make par.
Well, listen, speaking of sidecar and putting, I think the gentleman on screen with you made like a quarter mile of putts in 2 days. Like that guy was rolling it in from
Right.
everywhere. So Hootman, tell us about your incredible string of putting and kind of how you played and how your event went.
Well, first, I was actually going to ask Brittany if that was her best ever because I was like, man, that looks really good. So I'm glad to know that.
Yeah, I think it's the best ever since we've been doing the 2 days scoring. I think that's the best ever by any woman, but Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Well, that's awesome. But back to me. No,
Take your time. Take your time.
Similar to you
Hooters
on
like
eighteen. I'm standing over
I'd
that
like to
putt.
thank me.
Yeah. So similar, like on 18, I'm looking at the putt and I'm going, this is for my first ever bogey-free round. Like that was the thing that was going through my mind. So no one else knew that but me. But I did tell Austin right before I putted the ball into the hole.
Well, listen, a side note, Austin said real quick, he didn't realize he was competing in two divisions. He didn't know he was also in the women's division.
It's always
Family
me
pride
against
on the
him,
line.
you know. Unless we're playing together, then it's obviously not me against him. But
So, Hootman, did the course set up well for you? I mean, I know you played really well in Texas in the warm up regional event, and I'll never forget because I sent you congratulations for winning your first event, and I'll never forget your response was it was a regional. So now you got a major. So how do you feel different, or do you think the course just played to you, or are you just playing really well?
Man, I played really well. I had really nice approaches, and yeah, I did. I probably made at least a quarter mile of putts, and that helps. It really helps. So, yeah, I
Like you
had
made
real
you made
trouble
some
with it.
30-footer. You made some 30-footers, didn't you?
Made a couple of those, but I had trouble with the course the first two practice days. It didn't. Man, it was so slow. Which
Yeah.
is, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, man, this is going to be great for guys that hit the ball hard, and it wasn't good for me because I'm a lag putter. But they cut them, rolled them, and it seemed to roll a lot better those last 2 days.
So just in our conversations, I know that your approach game right now, I think if I had to pick one thing, obviously the putting, but like the putting can kind of come and go for all of us. It seems like randomly at any moment we can go from putting great to putting so. But like your approach game from 150 in, you've talked to me a lot about how well you feel that's dialed in right now. Is there something like that you would share that you've done or that you've been working on that you feel like's made a difference, or just repetition?
That's a really good question. I think I'm a little bit more at the target.
Okay.
Before I had a little bit more kind of a 3/4 throw. And so bringing that stick more over the top gives me much less left to right dispersion, and then of course repetitions for the distance.
Look at you using big words on the podcast. Dispersion. Man.
Well, I
All
always
right.
use the
So,
word undulation. My wife makes fun of me for that.
all right, Britt, favorite hole at Old South. Did you have a favorite hole?
I
Yeah.
don't know about a favorite, but hang on, I have to like kind of go through the course.
Least favorite.
I mean, I have a least favorite immediately, but
All right. What's your
or
least favorite hole?
how about this? Like maybe the most memorable hole.
Sure.
I would say it's probably like 16.
Okay.
Going over the marsh. The ladies'
Oh,
tees were going from kind of an elevated tee box over marsh onto kind of a little rough area. I'm not going to say it was like fairway, but like rough zone. And then
yeah.
onto that green that was kind of overlooking the water marsh, which was really pretty. But that hole could bite you if you didn't set up quite right on that.
It bit me a
Any
lot.
comments on that there, Mrs. Hardcore?
Well, we'll get there.
Okay. All right.
We'll get there.
Man, favorite hole, most memorable hole for you?
I really liked one. I thought it was the prettiest hole.
Okay.
Really?
I really did. Yeah, I mean, you've got, for at least for us, we've got water that we threw over, and it was just real pretty. Like quintessential South Carolina vibes. And the only other one that was closer to that was probably 14. That's a par 5. It had all the trees with the moss on both sides. That
Oh, yeah.
was pretty cool.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
14.
That was
That
pretty
was
cool.
a terrible hole for me. I did not like that hole.
Well, you
I mean, I
can't
didn't
base
score
it
well on that hole, but it was real
Okay.
nice to look at.
I will out myself here. My playing group knows this. I dropped a ball on that hole. I
Like in
double
your
bogeyed. I almost went back-to-back days double bogey free, and I dropped a stupid ball on the hole.
Happens.
You still do that?
I just did.
No, I didn't mean like I wasn't like criticizing you. I was like I'm just surprised at your level that still happens.
So sometimes I get myself into trouble because I go so far back that on my approaches specifically, this would be my third shot. Yeah, going towards the green. Yeah, Amy. Yeah, it was that with the face.
With the zipper lips emoji.
No, she was standing right next to me, and it was a lot of expletives were said. But literally, Christina also had some funny comments on that. But yeah, I usually lean back just a bit too far. It's also happened to me at Potomac Highlands. Austin can attest. And then it just slides right out. And boom, next thing I know, I'm throwing, and there's nothing there.
I've
So,
been there.
All
yeah,
right.
happens to champions too. Nobody should be ashamed of it. Take your stroke.
All right. Well, so you got the wins, got a major championship for 2026 to start the year. So what is your all's mental or physical preparation going forward? Hootman, I don't think you're actually coming to Delaware, but what's on the horizon for you to keep yourself in championship form?
So I, obviously focus on my workouts. Oh, there's Showtime's comment. Yep. Yeah, that was a bad start to the day. Yeah, I focus on workouts, trying to make sure I'm physically in shape and ready, and then normally just trying to keep my mental health nice and flat. I don't like to try to get too worked up about a tournament or try to get, in my thoughts too much about it. Delaware is challenging because having played this course at least 100 plus times, you think you know it, and then you go and play it,
Right.
and you don't know it as well as you thought because it changes all the time. But, I think just trying to keep a nice, even mentality and see what
Gotcha.
happens.
Well, Hootman, your next event, I believe, is going to be the doubles championship at Capon, or are you going to pull like a fly in the middle of the night? We get there to Delaware, and you're standing on first tee.
We'll just have to see.
Oh,
So
but
you're saying there's a
assuming
chance?
it's assuming it's Capon, then I don't think I changed too much. It's expensive to play this sport, so
Amen.
when I get a chance to take a week off after this last week, I took a week. But same thing, lifting 3 times a week and making sure that physically I'm ready to go. Listen to your body. And then doing a lot of chipping and putting saves you a bunch of money, and that's where you score the most. So the range sessions, and I do a lot of static range where I'm throwing at 100 yards. I throw all 50 balls to 100 yards, and then I don't have to, worry about that so much for about a week. And then, whatever the pin location is on the range, just kind of picking that and getting really familiar with it.
I got you. All right. So anybody you guys want to shout out or say thanks to after your first championship of 2026?
Hooter, you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a huge thank you to everybody that plays this sport for the last 2.5, 3 years that has continued to help me develop and pour into me and to push me to get to a point where I can play my best in a tournament. Just that takes everybody. So thank you to every single one of you players. Shout out to Chris Moore Fitness. Shout out to my wife who puts up with this.
Good choice.
And my 2 daughters. And I'm super pumped for the rest of the year to see what comes of it.
All right. Britt, you're up.
Quick shout out, because he's sitting right over here, to Brandon, my husband, for traveling with me always and playing in these tournaments as well, and always being my practice partner. Shout out to, obviously my sister Brooke kind of held the fort down at the American Classic and all the American Classic crew, which allowed me and Austin and Brandon to travel and compete. Also, shout out to, my awesome clients. I don't know if any of you are watching this podcast, but they do normally keep up with what's going on, and they've been super pumped for me after this win. You should see their faces when they see that trophy in the studio. They're like, "Oh my God, you won that!" I'm like, "Yeah." Then I have to explain what fling golf is and how you play it, and. So I do expect a lot of them to come support at the Classic the first weekend in May as well. And yeah, thanks to all the ladies who play and continue to play. I mean, we're trying to grow these numbers, so invite your friends. Keep, trying to get the word out there, and we'll see what we can do this year and see if we can grow it bigger than ever.
Well, listen, thank you both for being great champions and being great examples of how the sport's played and showing everybody, what the skill level needs to be to compete at the highest level. And both of you, great people. Thank you so much for spending time with us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, see you guys. All right, up next, we are going to go with our Low Country Open, our Low Amateurs, which is going to be you.
It is I.
And I'm so sorry, Ross.
Laugh.
I know I spelled his name wrong. I spelled his name wrong on everything. Like I don't know why. I don't know why I had it so mixed up. And then if we happen to get Mike Weber back on here, he was on here earlier, and then there he is. We'll add him in. All right. So congratulations to our Low Country Open. This is our low amateurs. There you go. This is our low amateurs, and actually, Ross, you were the best newcomer. And I told everybody I would clarify because actually Johnny Sands Sabotage was the low amateur, but then he was moved up to pro status almost like instantly. So we are going to actually highlight Johnny Sands on the next podcast. If I can work it out with him, he's going to be our WLF player spotlight. So we've got Ross, who was top newcomer. We've got Mike Weber, who was low amateur in the Masters division, and we've got my beautiful wife, Mrs. Hardcore, who was best newcomer and low amateur in the women's division. You got 2 medals, so she got all kind of jewelry. So, Mike, let's start with you, just because you're on the right side of the screen. So, Mike, tell us about your first major event and what it was like out there for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. I mean, everybody that I've ever seen involved with fling golf online on YouTube was there at this tournament. It felt like the center of the fling golf universe.
It's cool.
And everybody was so super cool about it. I mean, everybody was welcoming, encouraging, and kind of and all about having a good time. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So, what was the most challenging thing for you, think, in your first major tournament event with that many players?
It was a little jitters for me, to be honest. I was paired with 3 of the guys I knew were ranked pros, and but they were super cool. In fact, I'd like to give a shout out to them, Moose, Mark Brodsky, and Tab. And they were
Dr.
super
Divot
laid
and
back.
Holshot.
What's that? Yeah, whole shot.
Dr.
It
Divot
made
and
it super
Holshot
fun and casual. It was great.
were very cool. So, Ross,
Yeah.
what is your fling golf background? I mean, not now we know who you are, but like before this, I had never heard of Ross
Yeah.
Laugh.
Laugh
Day.
O'Day.
It's like
Yeah.
literally.
So pretty much, I mean, I was a natural athlete kind of growing up. Was in baseball, t-ball, worked my way up through. Played high school, was kind of bound to go to college. Kind of had some pull in the heartstrings. Didn't really want to play anymore. Wasn't fun. Baseball wasn't. Got into golf. Started playing a lot of golf, and just kind of played on my high school team. And my brothers wanted to kind of join. I have 2 brothers, Jeremy Lafayette, who also played. in there with me, and then our buddy that played as well. His name's John Schuler. Really cool guy. Really just down to earth guys. Love him to death. But my
So
brother
you,
actually got us into it. He was a lacrosse player, and he wanted to come try it on a golf course one day when I was going to go play, and I was still playing standard golf, normal stuff, and he played it, and it was fun. It was really fun. Um, and then I just kind of took it and ran with it. I don't even carry my golf clubs in my bag anymore. I only carry fling sticks. Um,
that's what we
it's
like
a
to hear.
good
That's what we
way.
like to
It's
hear.
really fun.
So the key thing is, did you beat your brother?
I did.
Yeah.
I
That
beat. I say I beat him a lot. No, he will whoop me from time to time, um, and it kind of teeters. We're all kind of at the same level. I just had a really good tournament and just went from there.
Congratulations. So Mike, I didn't ask you, what was your fling golf journey? How did you get into fling golf?
Yeah, I saw the Shark Tank episode back in October, and I bought a stick that night, and then 5 days later, I bought the Big Valley stick, and I've just been all in since then. And I get to play quite a lot, and I just played all through the winter, and I'm just hooked. I love it. I'm kind of a frustrated golfer, to be honest. If the tired of topping it and blading it and thinning it and slicing it. So I like the way it's kind of an athletic move to throw. I
Yes.
like that. And then I enjoy the course more. I was telling my mom about it. She's a pretty avid golfer. That is kind of the first time I've really been able to enjoy the course and how it's laid out and the challenges that the course presents, like how I'm going to go to the green and the obstacles instead of just worrying about what's going to happen to this ball when I hit it, like I do with golf. So
Sure. Sure.
I've just enjoyed it ever since. Yeah.
All right, Mrs. Hardcore. So
Hi.
go in and tell us a little bit more about your experience.
My experience was really good. Day one, much like the guys, I was nauseous. Sorry. So once I got that worked out, Amy got me calmed down. Grace, you can't not play golf with Rosie and not have a good time. She's hysterical. And then Grace was like, listen, it's cool. And I'm like, okay. So I did not have a great game so much on Saturday. I think I shot 94, which for me is a lot. I don't typically
It is a lot.
it is a lot, and I was not happy with that. But it was okay. It was okay. Um, Holes 16 and 17,
Your nemesis.
my nemesis, because I'm about literally a foot short of making it out of the marshes on both sides, or on both of those. So I had to take a drop both days on those holes, and so Sunday.
Yeah, get to Sunday because I got to tell a story.
Sunday I came out and I felt good and I was golfing really well until 16. Like I was playing, you always tell me bogey golfer better,
Yes.
and I was doing that.
Yeah.
And on a hole 5 and a hole 9, I chipped in like at crazy lengths and didn't even consider having someone tend the pin and dink the pin both of those holes or would have been birdie. But anyway, 16 and 17, big no. I was tired at that point. And then we get to hole 17 and there stands Harry Chickma with Alex. And my personality, I'm like, hey, Harry Chickman, can you please go to a different hole until we're done here? And so I'm getting ready to tee off and I hear, and here comes the drone. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And the drone catches me just shaking it clear to the left. Like, I don't even know, it went somewhere over there.
Yeah, watch. That'll be the shots that's on
That's
ESPN.
right.
Not my number. Not 2 into the green on
Right.
18.
Which is why I was like, can you please not be here right now? But then I think they filmed us putting a little bit on that hole, which was kind of sort of decent. And then we get to hole 18.
And there it is.
And it was like I never saw a golf ball before in my entire life. And I took a 10.
Yeah.
Like my entire game fell apart until the very last hole.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Pam, my score counter, and I was like, "Please tell me that was a 9. Please tell me that was a 9." And she went,
It was a 10.
"No."
Yeah.
And thank God for Robin, because Robin was like, "It's okay." But I will say, I barely squeaked past Robin. Like, Robin was giving me a run for my money. So I congratulate her as well, because she
Awesome.
played just as well as I did. We were at, I don't even remember what hole it was. And it was the one that dog legged to the right, and then you had to throw over a margin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We were trying to figure out the best way not to take an extra stroke on that hole.
Oh,
But it was awesome. Like, I really had a good time.
awesome, babe.
And I have to say, Sherry Marchand might be one of my most favorite humans.
Well, we're going to
And
talk to
she
her here in a
makes me
minute.
like she just makes you want to be a good person.
She
And I
does.
just really love that
She
about her.
does.
But all in all, I had a good time. I know you followed me the whole
I
time
did.
on
I did. I was
off
actually, it
playlist.
was a great distraction because I was so worried about you. I probably made my game better because I wasn't focused on what I was doing. I was more worried about what you were doing. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, hey, Mike and Ross, where do you guys go from here? Like, Ross, we'll start with you. Like, what's your goals and plans for the rest of the season?
A lot of practice. A lot of practice. I'm gonna try and make the rest of them. I know I'm not gonna make
Nice.
Delaware, but I
Okay.
am gonna try and make the rest of the two stops. Hopefully, bring along my brothers. My Jeremy, he probably will not be able to, because they are expecting a new member of the family there. So I am. He's probably gonna be stuck in dad mode. And I see Austin said I played great Sunday. It didn't feel like it,
Yeah.
but it
And
was good to play with the guys. And
you also got a shout out to the baseballers.
yeah, yes, sir.
Oh
But
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's only up from here. My fiance and I, we love to play to go shoot at the driving range. And I was a big golfer before, and so all I do now is I fling, and I'm kind of follow Hooters footsteps, and I kind of just I'll zone in on one target, kind of figure out my game. Kind of
Yeah,
like in golf, you got to figure out your swing, what works for you. And so it's the same thing. I'm just trying to tone in my distance and just
I
kind of
got you.
really work on some course management and
All right, Mike.
lower the score.
Mike, how about you?
About my game, or you mean tournaments, or?
Yeah, just what's going? Where are you going from here? I know you got another event coming up in Texas here soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one, the Hill Country Classic down in Kerrville. It's drivable, another Texas regional, and then I went ahead and signed up for the Delaware. I heard what John just said about getting ranked. I want to try to work on those rankings and try to work my way up
Nice.
eventually. So I'm gonna go to the Delaware one just because I had so much fun at the South Carolina, and then just try to get better. I'm just trying to improve, kind of what Hoot was saying, that short shot, 150 in,
Yep.
and putting and try to improve shave strokes. I know there was a bunch of shots that as soon as they come out of the bucket, you want it back because it was goes half the distance that you thought it was going to go. So there's a lot of that stuff I want to get better at, and then keep getting better at the putting. And
Well, listen, are you definitely coming to Delaware?
yes,
All
I
right,
haven't signed up,
John.
but I've already booked the hotel.
John, I want to make another request. I want to play with Mike. I want to play with Mike on day one in Delaware.
Yeah,
Is that,
I'd
is
like
that a
that.
deal?
I'll take some notes.
All right, guys and lady, thank you guys for taking the time to hang out and wait for your segment. Appreciate your guys' time. Good luck the rest of the season. We're looking forward to seeing you out there, and good luck on your practice and good luck. Ross, are you playing the Texas event also?
Probably not.
Okay.
I
Well,
when is that?
if it's April 18th.
Oh, I might. No, actually, I probably won't. It's too
Well,
close.
if
Um,
if you guys do, good luck at that event. And if not, we will see you at an event soon. And appreciate you guys coming on. Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Jeff. Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yep. All right, guys. Up next. All right. Up next here, let me get us added to this because this thing, if I don't add myself to the screen, no one can hear us. So that's a thing I didn't know before. So, all right. So up next we have we're going to talk about Britain's Cup. We're going to talk to our team captain, Sean Van Lacker, and then we're going to talk. Next to the play-in players, Britt McGinley, aka the real Slim Shaggy, Carla Christensen, the Lala.
Not Christensen.
Christian.
Christian.
Sorry. I just know her as the Lala. That's all. I didn't even know she had a last name. And then we're going to talk to the Cutter. So, but first up, we're going to bring on SVL. So, welcome to the show, SVL, the newly named Team USA captain. Welcome.
Captain.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, how we doing, man?
I'm good.
Good. So, listen, I really wanted to talk to you about what it meant to you and kind of how you found out about you were going to be the Team USA captain, or was it a complete? Did you not know till at South Carolina?
I actually found out in Virginia of last year
Okay.
after the Virginia Open. So I picked up Deb and we were driving away, and Austin calls me and says, "Where are you at?" I'm like, "I'm heading home." He says, "No, you got to turn around and come back." So I'm like, "Okay." So I turned around, went back, pulled up to the thing, and it was John and Austin were there, and they took me to the side, literally 20 feet away from where I first learned fling golf in 2016, and they told me that I'd been nominated by Paul and some other people to be the team captain for 2026. And you kind of saw the emotion in Low Country Open. I broke down a little bit because I was just so happy. It's kind of a dream of mine, and I love going that 1 year and get to see the Britain's Cup.
Oh no, I mean, like, none of us knew that was going on behind the scenes or whatever, but like it was like it made perfect sense because, like, I mean, when you think about someone who understands the ins and outs of fling golf, the game, the equipment, everything you've done for the game, like it's like a no-brainer choice.
Not to me, but I guess to other people it was.
Well, anyway, so what do you, and maybe you don't even know this yet, but like what all do you feel like you've learned is involved in being the team captain so far, and like what's happening on the horizon? What are you working on, if anything, yet?
Right now we're coming up with some ideas. It's not going to be fully funded like it has been before, so the players are going to be on the hook for a little bit more of the cost. So we're going to be doing raffles and come up with some great items to help support the team.
And that's the way we had that call the other night. And then you're going to be rolling some of that stuff out on social media, or has that been decided yet?
Hasn't been decided yet, but it'll start around June 1st.
Okay. Have you started talking or thinking any strategy yet? Like we only watched like a couple hours on Facebook Live in the middle of the night, like at 3 a.m. So we don't have a lot of predetermined expectation of what to expect.
I only got to go to the first event, so I know the basic concept of what we need to achieve. They don't. Katie, who they were going to have the team captain for the Britain's Cup, isn't going to be available during that time. So I don't know. It's kind of up in the air who the team captain is going to be for the European team right now.
I got you. Do you have any, like, the whole match play thing and all that? Like, is there any thoughts on how that works and strategy and pairings, or is that all stuff that you'll do later on?
I'm going to learn that as I go, but I've never actually played match play. I wish I got to play match play, but it's interesting because with match play, I mean, if you get to a hole and your team gets a birdie and the other team gets a par, I mean, you get that point. So the competition side of it is like each hole. It's so much different than playing stroke play.
Right. All right. Well, again, man, congratulations. So anything you obviously need from us, we're here for it. Excited to play for you as the coach or the captain, whichever the right term is. And again, we're gonna talk to the play-in people next. Anything that you want to say to the team in general now? Now that this kind of sunk in, like any message for Team USA so far?
Everybody just be themselves and play their best. And I hope as captain that I can lead everybody and make sure that we're victorious against Team Europe.
You're supposed to tell them no days off.
Yeah.
Yeah. No days off.
All right, man. Well, listen, thanks for jumping on here for a few minutes with us and giving us your thoughts on becoming team captain. And we look forward to. And listen, if there's any updates or anything you want to give anytime, we'll always keep a slot open for you here on the podcast. If it's a way you can get information out to both either the team or to the fling golf community, we'd love to have you back.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
So real quick,
Yeah.
Lala, if you're in the building,
Yeah,
can you log back in?
So we're gonna move forward here, and also Slim Shaggy.
Yeah.
If he's
Brett,
available,
if you are
yeah,
there,
if he's around, he could jump back in. But right now we've got the man, the myth, the legend, the other master that's apparently really wanted to beat me, and I just didn't know about it. He was just being kind. We got the cutter. We got the cutter with us. So
He's making faces.
welcome to the show. What's up, sir?
Good to see you, sir.
How are you, man?
I'm well, thank you.
So listen,
I'm
thanks for-
actually amazed. Not only are you this amazing fling golfer, but you've got the gift of gab.
Well, okay. Thanks. All right, so Cutter, you and I got to play together both days. We got to play together both days, and I tell everybody, like there is no, it will not surprise me in the least if you beat me at every other tournament, because I mean you are right there every time, and it's just a matter of a couple putts here and there. But obviously you played well enough to get the number 2 spot and get the nod for Team USA, the second Masters slot. So tell us a little bit about your thought process going through the tournament, knowing both you and I were competing for the win, but also what else was on the line.
Well, as I told you, first off, the course was an amazing experience for me because I had played that course on a simulated golf in a golf simulator for about 10 years. And just to be there in real was surreal to see it in live. And what a beautiful course. I mean, just water and just great shots. But in terms of strategy, be honest, it was a long winter. Didn't play any football. And the first time I played, I'd just gotten off the plane from South America with you guys, and I was still sore when we came down to play on Saturday. So
yeah.
Saturday, I felt like I had a great round and enjoyed playing with you. Sunday was fatigue. I mean, it was fighting through muscle fatigue.
Yeah. So how about when we kind of got to, I think probably, I don't know, whenever the rain hit us, like when we got caught in the torrential downpour, we kind of had to stop for a little bit, and then we picked play back up. It kind of seemed like you kind of found another gear for the last few holes. Like, did you kind of it almost appeared to me like you decided that you had a shot to get the Team USA spot and you weren't going to let it go at that point?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Mark was playing great. He was putting pressure on, right? I told you, I was like, this guy's just not falling away. His approach shots were great. His putts were falling in. So there wasn't any chance. There wasn't really a time for me to let up. I mean, I was clearly tired on the last 9 holes, but I'm really blessed that I'm really happy that it turned out the way that it did. And more than that, I just enjoyed playing with you guys. It was so much fun. Everybody was great.
So are you looking forward to the trip across the pond? Is that what they say? Is that right? Across the pond?
Yes.
Yeah. Again, hanging out with the team is what I'm looking forward to the most. I mean, the competition will be great too, but I really feel lucky to be included with all of the groups of people, the people that are in this
Well,
sport.
Fish and chips
yeah.
with the
Oh, yeah, that's
cutter.
right. We're gonna have fish and chips. I forgot about that. That was our slogan on Sunday. Like we were gonna have fish and chips together.
That was our motivation.
Well, speaking of the team, we're gonna add the real Slim Shaggy, Brent. What is it, Brent
McGinley.
McGinley? I'm terrible with last names. Apologize, sir. But so Brent, congratulations, man. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on with you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So tell us about when you went to South Carolina. Was Team USA, was it on your mind, or did it just kind of unfold?
No, it was always on the mind, It was never out of question for me in my head. But, my favorite part was just joking everybody, like, yeah, I'm going to go down and get the spot. It's no big deal. And then to actually go down and do it and back my words up, that felt really good. So,
So listen, I've done a little recon behind your back a little bit, but the word I get is that your fling golf skills have continued to improve at a dramatic rate, and that no one is really surprised that you pulled it off.
I mean, I'm glad to hear that actually. No, I mean, I definitely felt like I've had the skill set in my bag. When I first got involved with fling, I came off of being a college lacrosse player, so a lot of the motion and muscle memory was there for me. But I mean, Austin Showtime has really worked on my short game a lot with me. I didn't come in with a golf background, so having resources like Austin around to really coach me definitely helped me out through the last year and a half.
So what do you think? So if you had to pick one aspect of your game that made the difference of you making the push here at this tournament to get this spot, like, is there one thing in particular?
I would honestly say the biggest thing that helped me in this tournament was mentality. I don't think in terms of, like putting stroke or skill set, not much has changed. We got hit with a rough winter. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare going into this tournament. Um, but the biggest thing for me was I came in with no stress. And to be able to come in and just play free really opened me up to just play my game. And that's just, I felt playing as I should.
Well, congratulations, man. Cutter, how about you, man? Like, is there, so now you got back from your world travels over the winter. You were definitely, you said you were pretty sore after our practice rounds. Now you've got the tournament. Like, what's on the horizon for you? Are you working out more? Or you been playing more? Or what's your game plan leading up to Delaware?
Well, I split time with adventure racing, so actually that requires really most of my training because it's such an endurance sport. So,
Right.
yeah, but lifting, need to get out. I mean, I need to get out and putt and chip more. That's what needs to happen.
I got you. Well, listen, guys, congratulations. I'm excited to have both of you on the team and part of the team. Couldn't ask for better teammates. Looking forward to playing with you. And Slim Shaggy, maybe there's a chance in this venue that we'll get to play together, because normally we're not playing in the same circles in different age brackets. So maybe we can hook up and play together.
Definitely, I'd be honored to. That sounds like a great time to me.
Well, listen, you better be as good as they say you are, man. Like, I can't.
I'm only going up from here. That's all I gotta say.
Are you looking forward to Delaware?
Oh yeah, it's always tough because being a home course and everything, it plays a lot of head games on you. And as long as I could just stay relaxed, I think I'll be fine.
Well, congrats, man. Congrats, Cutter. Welcome to the team again. You guys, great to have you on board. Looking forward to seeing the both of you in Delaware, and thanks for spending some time with us tonight.
Thanks for having me, Jeff. Take care.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All
Thank
right,
you guys
guys.
so much.
Up next, we're going to have Sherry Marchand join us, and she is going to be joining us for our WLF player spotlight. And let me get real quick here. There we go. All right, so we're going to talk to Sherry tonight in our player spotlight about her fling golf story, and we're going to talk to her about what I've titled Fling Fest. That might not be the proper term for it, and then we're going to talk to her about the future of the Masters division, maybe for women. So, welcome to the show, Sherry Marchand, aka Bulldog Mama.
Hey, lady.
Hey, hi. I'm
How
so
are you,
glad to
dear?
be here with you guys.
Oh,
I am great.
thank you for doing this and sticking around to get back on here a little bit later since we had to boot you out in the beginning.
Uh, no problem. I'm
All right,
flexible.
so Sherry, tell us your story because I think it's an awesome story about fling golf and what it meant for you, did for you, and all the things.
So, I would say that my journey with fling golf was not as an athlete. I began um, last year with a weight problem, actually, and living with type 2 diabetes. I had high blood pressure, and really, I wasn't in good health at all. My A1C was like 13.
Mm.
Um, and Brian, or Moose, um, saw the ESPN fling golf on television, and he, like the next day, ordered a fling stick. And just sort of watching him, and he started making a lot of lifestyle changes. And before I knew it, he's talking about us going, or him going, to a World League Fling Golf Regional in PA. And I just said, okay, I want to go, you know. And really, fling golf started out for us to be something that we could do together, right? And being the fact that I'm over 50, um, there was a lot of things that were going on in my body that really um, I lost a lot of shoulder mobility, and um, my coordination, and all kinds of things were going on. And getting out there and playing fling golf really was miraculous because I lost 80 pounds.
Mm.
Wow.
I only have 20 left to my goal, and my A1C went from 13 to just yesterday 5.1.
Oh,
And
Wow.
man. That's
You,
lower than
yeah,
yours.
yeah.
hey.
so so anyway, my doctors, when they see my A1C, they're like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, it's this crazy little thing called fling golf." And it really has changed my life. My balance is better, my confidence is better, stability. And I mean, even the first couple tournaments that I was doing with World Fling Golf, um, my scores were, not definitely, I mean, they were at the bottom. Um, but I had so much friendship and laughter and community that, I mean, when you're in a cart and you're talking about life, it's really been amazing. And I just have this passion for the ladies that are over 50, that, if anything that I've talked about, is resonating with you, we just really want you to be able to come out and be a part of this.
All right, so that's perfect segue, Sherry. First of all, congratulations on your amazing health journey that you are connecting a little bit to your fling golf journey. And yeah, like she cut her in half, like 13 to 5 something. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Anyway,
5.1.
congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. So, but this has led you to also want to kind of be a promoter, ambassador. You want to bring more people into the sport. And so you were telling us about an event you've got planned for April 11th. So why don't you, if you don't mind, walk us through what your hope, the goal is for that event?
Yeah, so we're going to be meeting up at Apple Land. That is in Stevens City, Virginia. And the address is 4490 Valley Pike in Stevens City, Virginia. And 11:30, they have a driving range there. So we get together out there, and everyone gets to, work on throwing, driving. And then they have a practice green for putting. And so we spend some time with that. And then they have an executive golf course. And so we want to go and play that. It's a little unique. It's 12 holes, but it's wonderful. Mostly par threes and fours, and just really want to encourage. There is a group of ladies that are over 50 that are coming out, but we really just want to be able to grow that. It was great to have Robin Amos come out to the World League Fling Golf as someone who would meet that age. And Judy Carter, love to see her be able to come back out and be part of it. And Kim Hauser has played. So Angie Savalas is planning to play. So one of the things that we've talked about is that we just need a consistent field of the ladies that are over 50 to be able to move into building a master's. And if that's you, we just really want to get you involved.
Well, I'm not there yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
You're close. Yeah.
Closing in fast.
Well, Sherry, so first of all, I think you and Moose both, if there was a vote for like favorite people on tour,
Absolutely.
I think you two would probably win hands down. You both are just incredible people, and we love playing with you. So I think your ultimate goal here, if you and I's conversations I've understood you correctly, is that eventually you would like to see WLF have enough masters or senior lady players where they can actually have a senior master or master division for the ladies. Is that correct?
Yeah, that would be just an awesome thing to happen. Yeah, but I do know we've got to get the commitment and the consistency, and that's real important.
Yeah. So, and again, I think the magic number, if just in previous conversations I've heard, I think you're going to have like seven. I think you're going to have like consistently about seven ladies who would want to come out and play in that Masters division. But listen, I think you are the perfect poster person for promoting the women's Masters division. And if anybody can get it done, I'm pretty sure it's Bulldog Mama.
Oh, well, that would be great. That would make me smile if we can do it, because it's just so much fun, like I said, just the laughter, the friendship, and then also, if I had a theme song for my walk-on song, it
Oh
would be the
yeah.
Beatles. It would be the Beatles, and uh, it's just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
So and that is kind of my goal for every time I go out there. It's my personal best, and I feel like I did that last time. So in the last tournament. So just going to keep getting better.
All right, so one last time then, if you guys are available, join Sherry Marchand for what we've called Fling Fest on April 11th at 11:30 at Apple Land Sports Center in Stevens City, Virginia. And you're going to have some instruction on the driving range, as well as you're going to play around there at Apple Land. Is that correct?
Yes, and even some putting practice, maybe some new things that you hadn't thought about for strategy for putting.
Well, listen, you may just see us. I'm not promising, but we've talked
I
about
honestly just want to hang out.
right. We've honestly talked about,
Awesome.
and we have to go to the. Can we go back to the Mexican? We got to go back to the Mexican place. That was incredible.
Yeah.
She didn't get
Yeah.
to come.
No, but she got takeout.
Right, she did get takeout.
Moose took her
Yeah.
son. So
No, but I want to say one thing. I want to thank Sherry because not many people know this, but Jeff and I have taken our faith very seriously, or have tried to take our faith very seriously over the last year. And he does better than I do. My emotions get the best of my mouth sometimes. But I feel very strongly that when I am with you and with Brian, you guys are the image of what a Christ-like person is.
Amen.
And I appreciate that greatly.
Amen.
And I feel like the more I'm around you, the more I want to be that person. So I thank you very much for the people that you and Moose are. I appreciate it.
Oh,
wow.
that's
We're
awesome.
gonna get the. We're gonna get the.
I'm getting emotional.
We're gonna get the preaching up in here. Watch out.
Well,
Well,
love you
listen.
guys, and I love everybody that I've gotten to know and play with at World Fling Golf. It's amazing.
Well, listen, thank you so much for spending some time with us, and we will try to help get everybody we can headed your way April 11th to help with your event. And we also look forward to seeing you then, and definitely look forward to seeing you guys in Delaware also. So, Sherry, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. All right, let's see here. All right, so up next, we are going to talk to Leo Weidman, with that is going to be promoting. That's going to be promoting. Hold on, daggone it! I gotta get this fixed. Hold on, Leo. We're almost there. We're going to be talking to Leo Weidman, that is working with the Texas Golf Series, and he's going to be promoting the Kerrville, Texas, the Hill Country Classic.
I
Sorry,
was going to say, what are you talking
yeah, the Hill Country Classic. So, welcome to the show, Leo, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Jeff.
Are you
Thanks,
there?
Taylor.
All right. Hey, welcome. So tell us what's going to be going on with this event in Kerrville.
So the Hill Country Classic is it's the second Texas regional that we put together, and it is we've had 6 weeks to plan this. Normally, I like to have 6 months to plan a tournament, but Dale called me and he says, "Let's have another regional." The Corpus Christi tournament was so amazing, and I learned so much. Got to see some pros and got to meet a lot of the guys that you've had on this show. And I said, "I want to do one whenever you're ready." I was thinking, July, August, something like that. And he calls me up and he goes, "Can you do April 18th?" And so got with the pro, and we were able to put it together. And so we're going to go for it. In the process of getting sponsors, we've got several sponsors so far, and the interest has been really exciting here in Kerrville. This is a small town. We've got about 20,000 people, and they've been seeing me play for a long time. I've been doing free lessons, and we've got a couple of sponsors that I always walk into the establishment with my fling stick, and I tell them all about it, and I give them the ins and outs, and usually they say, "Well, how can I do this?" And so we've got a couple of sponsors that are actually going to try to play and enter the tournament. So we're really excited about that.
Well, listen, we're very jealous of your Texas fling golf community, because you guys really got it going on. You got a great base of people
We
down
just
there.
strike out all over the
Yeah,
place.
we're up here in West Virginia
fighting for our lives.
We obviously have the Highlandeers, but that's basically 3 hours from us. So it's not like, of course, I don't know, Hooter tells me everything's 3 hours away in Texas.
At least, yeah. I'm excited to play in Hooters tournament. He's going to have one here pretty soon, and I'm hoping that he's going to come out to ours. I know Johnny Sands is going to make the trip from New Mexico. We might have some guys coming from Pennsylvania, and so I'm really hoping that we can get some interest in the second regional. It's just a 1 day. But
Right.
it's a beautiful course, lots of relief, creeks, new sand traps, new greens. It's they've really done a lot to improve it, and it's a really beautiful
What's the
place to
actual?
play.
Do you have a tournament schedule established yet? Like you have a what time you're kicking off or anything like that?
Our tee time is going to be Saturday at 9:30 in the morning, and we've got enough for 7 cards, I believe. I think we've got 7 or 8 cards. I think we're going to have 24. We're limited to
Nice.
24 because there's another event on the same day.
I got you. Well,
And we've
listen,
got 13
appreciate.
signed up. So if you're going to sign up, now's the time to do it.
There's only 11 slots left.
That's right.
Well, listen, thank you for like putting this together like at the last minute and pulling it off. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Well, we had a lot of help from Dell and a lot of help from John and WLF. It's been a lot of support, and we're very happy to do it. And I hope it's going to be a success. I know it will.
Well, listen, good luck and thank you for coming on here and sharing about the tournament. And we appreciate your time, man.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, see you, man. All right, up next.
Last but not
up
least.
next. I mean, well,
Save
listen,
the best for last.
I would have put him on earlier, to be honest, but like I kept seeing him drop out.
Well, you told him to first.
No,
of
no,
all.
at the beginning, but then like
Oh.
later on, I saw him and I'm like, okay, I'm going to put him on next, and then like he would disappear again, and I thought, well, maybe he's having like internet connection issues at the Octagon House,
The Octo House.
the Octo House. So anyway, up next we got Fling for All, and finishing up the show with Jonathan Bellingham, aka Aqua John. We're going to hear about his youth program that he's got coming up that's exciting to get kids involved in fling golf. We're going to hear about his book. I mean, the guy's into everything. Like it's just, I'm like the
Quite
guy,
literally.
literally everything. And then he's also filming a second documentary. He's already got one, and we were down there when he was getting ready to kick off the second one. So, without any further delay, welcome to the show, Aqua John. We're here to hear the tales of fling golf and the tales of you and everything you're into.
Wow. Thanks for having
Unleashed.
me. Can you hear me okay?
On Unleashed.
Yeah, listen. So I gave you the introduction of all introductions.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate that. And for anyone who's still on the podcast, thanks for hanging in there this long.
Yeah.
I'll keep it brief. I've been instructed to do so. But there is some breaking news. Hearing it
Yep.
first, of course, like we like to do on Unleashed. And what you're hearing first is the first tell-all book about fling golf. I know it's going to be hard with that camera to catch it, but this
Here,
is
hold on,
my
I'm gonna-
fling golf tale. This is my fling
Yeah, I'm gonna
golf tales, the inside scoop behind the scenes. Oh, is that going to help?
Yeah, maybe if you keep it right in front of you, maybe.
Nah.
Right in
No,
front.
it's
There
there
we
it is,
go.
right there. Yeah,
There it is.
fling golf
It's
tales.
Fling golf tales. It's one person's journey so far. So yeah, there's people in here you'll know about. I start with my top of the mountain experience at St. Andrews, go into a little bit of the origin story, and then talk about the legends and the golf gods and where we go from here. And part of the impetus for this book was the stories that have come from someone who started back with us in 2016. We're just starting to accumulate. Some that I couldn't even believe myself. So I better write these down to record these for posterity. And part of the neat part of the journey now is turning this over to my Fling for All youth development program. And so part of the motivation for this book was that all the proceeds for the sale of the book goes directly into Fling for All. And our first big project is actually a mini documentary. I've just secured yesterday contract with an award-winning outdoor recreation filmmaker from West Virginia whose star is rising, and I'm jumping aboard that. And he's going to be following the arc of kids learning in school, going out to an actual golf course, practicing it, and then showing up at the Potomac Highlands, plug, for the filming the documentary Playing with the Pros. So those of you who are thinking about the Potomac Highlands, maybe on the fence about it, here's your chance to be part of this documentary as we bring these high school kids on our home course in Capon Springs and make it happen. There'll be more to reveal about that coming up, but the exciting part is that right now in the state of West Virginia, our Fling for All training series is part of their virtual conference. And I checked with
Nice.
the leaders. It's the entire month of March. so far 15 high schools have been watching the Fling Golf series that I've started, and so
Wow.
this gives more potential for people to follow up with. And as this is happening, centered apart within our Highland Deer family here in West Virginia, I also have a contract out for a middle school in Washington State who saw Fling Golf somewhere, Shark Tank, who knows, and wanted it for their middle school kids. So there's experiments going on there, and I'll leave it at that. This is just kind of the beginning of some projects that are currently underway that I'll be able to reveal either at the next podcast or the one after that.
Yeah, so Jake says he wants an advanced copy. So, like, what with the follow up here is we're going to actually put the link out for to be able to get to the book. But then if they do that, then they can pick it up at Cape and Springs, or they can bring it with them. And I'm assuming you're gonna put your signature.
Meet the author night.
Meet the author.
Well, the reason it's going on right now is to let you know there'll be a live link that I'll post on the players page. This
Okay.
is all being done to print to order. So the goal is if you go probably in the next couple of days to be able to order it, it'll come in time for you to bring it to Delaware, where we can, of course, have a chance for me to sign it in person. There's some few surprises in the book I think that people don't know about, either about myself or some of the players. It's not a tell-all book. It's to lift everyone up and lift the sport up, but I think people will really appreciate it. So yes, the goal is to announce it here and then have a link where you can go to, it's Lulu Bookstore. In fact, I could just even say that. Go to Lulu Bookstore online, type in a search engine Fling Golf. I'm the only one who's written a book, so you'll find it pretty easy.
That genre was easy.
That was pretty quick. So, and the beauty is that there's a print book you can order, but now I just put up today, there's actually an ebook. So if you didn't want to
Yeah, I
wait, you
saw
just
that.
want to read it ahead of time, you can check out the ebook.
So listen, so I know can you drop a little? Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite story in the book, or is there something like every author has a favorite part?
Well, I had to start with the headline, which was the whole story behind the story of St. Andrews, and how that all came to be, and how that led to 3 or 4 other things. And this is also where Fling for All connects me with Paul and what they're doing in the UK, and the chance I had at the last Britain's Cup to involve the kids. And Paul and I are in talks about how we can do that for this go around as well. So I love how one story can lead to the other, but being able to travel and plant the seed in Iceland, being able to do it in Spain this past fall. But my favorite is there is an actual Bellingham, England, and up in the Northumberland that has a course that was built in the 1890s, and I can say my namesake just because it's Bellingham, but that's a place where I planted the seed that I will continue to water and grow. And one of my goals is that those who can and would like to travel internationally, we go there for a Fling vacation and stay in the little old town of Bellingham, England.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, don't talk to my wife about vacations. She's always ready to go.
Especially European one.
Oh, hey, so all right, so the documentary, real quick. I think you said people that were interested in the documentary, if they come to the West Virginia Doubles Championship, they would get an opportunity to be in the documentary. Is that correct?
Well, they'll be filming all day, half day Friday, all day Saturday. So no guarantees what happens on the editing floor. The whole show, the whole documentary is anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes, just like the last one. So this isn't a long form exercise. But if you're there and you're working with the kids, chances are you're going to be part of this. And the goal is to be able to have it available.
He was very cool.
Yeah, we met. That's the guy we met, right? The guy that's going to film it.
Yes, exactly. You all had a pre-screening to give a chance, and he is so into this. So you saw when he came out and played a couple holes with us. This is
he caught on.
Yeah, it's a passion project. Anyone who gets in Fling Golf becomes a passion project, but he's going to do it right. He's a great storyteller. It's all about the story, and as we know, we have some great stories to share.
Well, listen, man. Not only thank you for coming on tonight, but just thank you for everything you do for Fling Golf. I mean, you are a constant ambassador. You are constantly promoting Fling Golf in some form or fashion, whether it's through Fling for All or through play or through practice or teaching. Like it just, again, like we've said, I feel like we've said to everybody, like you're one of our favorite people, and we love to hang out and get the opportunity to do stuff with you.
And you
So,
have good water.
and you've got great water. Well,
Gotta love
listen,
the
thanks,
water.
man. Is there anything you want to say to close up with before we get you out of here?
Yeah, if you got an email tonight from Worldly Fling Golf, then you've got the advance warning about the Potomac Highlands. We're all focused on Delaware. We're going to have a great time there. The only thing that's helpful for us preparing for the doubles tournament is to get folks to go ahead and put in the reservation request for the rooms. Again, it doesn't cost anything. We just need a head count. I've held a certain number of rooms, and there's going to be some pressure to have to release those rooms. So I think John put a date on there, April 3rd, to just go online and fill out the form. It's an intention. It's not a financial commitment. So I really appreciate it. People would do that.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming on tonight. Appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you soon, man.
All right. You all take care.
Bye. All right.
All right. So
wrap this up.
we're going to be wrapping this up. And again, I know what you're going to tell me. This is way too long, and yes, it is. But so we got to get better at. I don't know. We just got to get better. So anyway, John, hold on. We got the commish back with us to help us wrap up the show tonight. So besides being too long, what was your thoughts on or takeaways for tonight's show?
Oh no! In fact, I don't know. I thought it moved really well. I mean, I can't speak for when I was talking because maybe that slowed everything down. But no, I mean, I knew you had a ton of people to talk to, but I thought the flow was fantastic. And I'm like taking notes the whole time. I'm like, oh my god, I've got so much to comment on. But then I look at the time and I'm like, yeah, I don't think we need to, hear much more from me. I will say, just a couple things. Like, first of all,
Yeah.
to Britt, like she mentioned, like the final putt. She's like, I'm probably the only person in the world that notices this, but like, there are two people because I definitely like I'm not rooting for things until we get to like right before there's someone who's going to win it, and then I so want that last putt to go in, and if there's cameras on, even more so. So I got to say both to you, Jacob and Britt, like you guys were awesome, and like you all sank decent sized putts for the win at the Low Country Open. It was fantastic to see. So I'm with you there, Brett. The other thing, just to let people know, I love the segment you guys had with like the top amateurs, and it's just interesting from my perspective when I go to one of these tournaments. It's great to see all the people, the pros, the people that have competed in a lot of tournaments that I've gotten to know over the years. And then as well as to like, it may be your first tournament, but maybe I've talked to them behind the scenes. And great to just meet people in person. But it's also the people that sometimes aren't even on my radar, or I know people have talked to them, but I don't know their stories. And then to get to meet them, in person and learn more about them and see them be welcomed by the community and get to play in their first tournament it's special. And that's why we've always wanted to have these open open tournaments as much as we can. We know long term we won't always be able to do that, but this is a special time for us. So I just want people to know that if you're out there thinking about going to a tournament, even if it's a Pro Series tournament, like it's take the leap. We're there to welcome people. And I think most people that take that leap, are glad that they did it. And also, on taking a leap, just want to sort of emphasize, like, these regional tournaments that like the one that Leo's about to put on with Dell. Like it's great to really see these gaining momentum, and it's providing people with opportunities to play. We can only do so much sort of at the pro level. There's so many tournaments we can have during that Pro Series. So these regional tournaments are really important, and it's great to see people jumping on. And we'll have several more to announce as the season goes on. And take the leap. We're there to support you, and look forward to it. So it's a great thing to see. Anyway, so much more, but I don't want to drag this out any longer. But a great job, you. Jeff, Taylor, you must be exhausted now because great effort, but no, really fabulous.
Well, thank you, man. Appreciate you shouting us out, and this thing's been a learning curve. So we appreciate everybody with some patience on as we stumble our way through at times. But I really think it's a great platform for the sport. I think it's a great opportunity for everybody to not only get together, but to share information and hear stories, like Sherry Marchand's story, like Aquajon doing another documentary, like talking to the new players, like you said, and hearing stuff that you don't know about them. Like Britt's comment about the putt, I would have never known that. I would have never known that without the opportunity to have kind of an interview with her and talk with her and stuff like that. So I think it's a great thing. Hopefully we can keep it going. I appreciate you guys' support of the show also. You've been great to help us get stuff and do stuff. So I think we're on the right track.
Absolutely. No, this is getting better every episode.
All right, man. Well, thank you, John. We're going to get ready to wrap things up. Appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
All right, babe. As my son always says,
It's in the can.
It's in the can. So great job. Thank you tonight for everything. I love you very much.
I love you.
You're beautiful in all the ways. And again, I can't say how much fun it was to see you play in your first tournament and do so well. And I'm excited to see what happens from here. And we are looking forward to. Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say Delaware is one thing, but I've played Capon a couple times, so.
That's right. You enjoy Hooter.
I love playing the Capon.
You enjoy Hooter. You guys are actually talking about matching shirts and stuff.
We are. Yeah.
So look out. It's going to be team shirts.
Yeah.
So appreciate everybody who's been on here. Appreciate everybody stopping in and throwing in the comments and being part of the show. Like, that's great. We want that interactive part of the show to where we can keep people involved and hear what people are thinking. So guys, we really appreciate everybody jumping on tonight. And appreciate everybody tuning in. And we will see you guys next time. And as always,
hardcore out.